I don't know why every time I do one of these, it's like I do not look the same in front of the camera as I do in like when I look in the mirror. It's like every time I do this on my phone or whatever, I'm just like, oh my god, my face looks so fat and I look so wrinkly and like what is going on? Um, yeah, so gonna do some catching up here. So the last time I actually made a video, I literally had to go look this up. We were in Melbourne, Florida, and we had been, like super busy that day. That was as far as we could drive before like we got just tired enough to say, yeah, forget it. We're just gonna stop here and rest for the night. So after that, the next day we made it to oh god, what was it called? Kingsland, Georgia. Um, we were extremely excited to finally get to another state. So once we hit Georgia, we were like, yay! And then we, stayed at a place there. Then the next day, we made it to yeah, Manning, South Carolina. Stayed there for the day. Um, and I remember it being like so rainy and cold and windy, and I just remember my hands were freezing. Um, so yeah, that was an interesting dip in the temperature, nice shift in the climate, as it were, compared to where we had been. Um, and then the next day we made it to Greensboro, North Carolina, and that's where we are now. So, quite a bit has happened. It's been over a month since I made one of these videos. Um, we, um, we made it to North Carolina. We, um, checked out where my aunt lives. Um, and it's like it's out in the mountains. Like, I mean, not like the super super big mountains of North Carolina, but it's a drive. Um, and but it's nice up there, like it was such a wild change for me, always being used to living in the city. And I just thought of that song. I got a visitor. Yes, what are you doing? Whoop. um so what was I saying? Yeah, it was super super quiet up there. Very surprisingly relaxing and peaceful. I can't remember if I mentioned this, but we like boxed up all of our stuff that was in storage, and we sent it through UPS to her house, and we got reacquainted with all of our boxes. Couldn't really take much, but what we did, we put into storage here. um, and what else? Um, so we stayed initially at a hotel here in North Carolina, where we were there for about 2 weeks, and during those 2 weeks, we well, I should say I went and looked at some places, some apartment places, and filled out some applications and stuff, and it's more of the same. It's exactly the same here as it is in Florida, and I assume anywhere else. Um, they have you do an online application. You have to pay a fee. You have to pay an administrative fee, application fee. You have to list your vehicles and your pets and your previous address and your social security number and a picture of your driver's license, and then they have to scan your face, to make sure that it matches the face on the driver's license, and then you have to upload your pay stubs or your income verification. And it's like I said, it's exactly the same here as it was in Florida. It's the exact same problems. Um, we just don't make the income requirements that they have. Most of the time, it's like 2.5 to 3 times what the rent is. The rent, admittedly, is cheaper here, but we still don't meet the income requirements because of that. The 2.5 to 3 times nonsense. Like they have to verify that your income is it at least meets that or exceeds it. And if you don't, then they instantly deny you. And I thought for sure I'd be like, oh hey, I got some of the money from the auto accident in lawsuit. Um, so I figured, oh yeah, I'll just tell them, hey, I got a bunch of money in the bank account. It's no problem. We can pay. We don't have the income requirements or whatever, but we can just pay. Several months in advance. And it turns out they don't do that. It turns out they literally do not let you do that in lieu of not meeting the income verifications. If you don't meet the income verification, you're done. That's it. It's like the end of the story there. There's nothing they can do and nothing they will do. And that is so, so, so frustrating. To make matters even more annoying, well, at the time at least, things have gotten better since then. Um, the hotel we were staying at, as it turns out, we're not allowed to stay there for more than a week. So when the manager, who's a real hard case, noticed that we had been there for going on 2 weeks, he basically said, "Oh, you guys will have to get out at the end of your current stay now." Because we had been like extending it a little bit, because we thought we were going to be in the hotel for a week at most. Before we found an apartment and we're going to, move into a place, and we didn't. So we were stuck in the hotel. And so, they basically just like kicked us out and said, you are not allowed to be here for more than a week. Okay, whatever. So we got out and we found extended stay places. Apparently that exists. I didn't even know. Places that will literally let you stay for multiple weeks at a time, if not months. And it kind of works out the same as like an apartment, where you have your I'm sitting in it right now. You have your bedroom, you have your your TV, and there's the computer and all that stuff, and there's a couch and and a little kitchenette and whatnot. So they set you up with some little like furnished place, and you can stay here as long as you like, which is pretty cool. It's a little bit more pricey than like what an actual apartment would have been, but I mean, at this point, we'll just take whatever we can get. Why? Oh, okay, that got really bright on my phone screen. I mean, we'll just take whatever we can get. And again, still haven't found a place. Still the same problem. Still stuck in the same issue. But yeah, hopefully, we're trying to work things out, and we're trying to figure out what our next moves are, or maybe, or can be, or will be. So, yeah, I guess that's it. I'm caught up on everything that has happened in the last like month and a half. So that's it. I will see you all next time.